is episode 533. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics is developing mental strength through physical fitness. So although, different aspects of your being, your body, operate independently, or so they seem, they are still actually connected. And at some point, they come together to create the best being possible. That is you. Because we have our emotional, our physical, our emotional, our spiritual, and our mental parts of our body. And that explains why your physical and mental states are so correlated. They're so intertwined. It's almost a symbiotic relationship. And balance in one area is easily transferred to another. So are you experimenting with situations that put a strain on your mental processes? Not just playing Sudoku, but other things to put a strain on it. Do you feel stressed out and unable to make decisions? Mental strength can be difficult to acquire, and if you've been listening to these podcasts for a while, you understand what it's like. You just don't read a book about mental strength. But it's much easier if you focus on achieving physical fitness first. This has been my profession. This is what I have found out personally. And in an interview with Mark Devine from SEALFIT, we talked about how the physical opens up the door to the mental opens the door to the emotional, and then the emotional opens the door to the spiritual. So physical fitness, physical activities to me is the very first step in really developing mental strength. And by ensuring your body is strong, challenged, and fully tuned, you can encourage mental toughness, mental strength, and realize awesome physical achievements. And this is so powerful because they are so related. So one of the first things to do is make your workouts uncomfortable. That's presuming that you're working out. If you're not working out, just working out will become uncomfortable. So when we can make our workouts uncomfortable, we will push ourselves. So, it's important to challenge yourself all the time when you go into the gym or when you go to run or whatever it might be. And instead of doing what you can, test your limits. I mean, this is what I love about CrossFit. I can go to a box and every single day I could do the same WOD 2 days in a week. One time it'll be great, the other time it won't be. And it's all about my mental state. So keep changing the game so you build your determination. Fitness challenges help you transfer that confidence and determination to other parts of your life. And again, so what this means that if you are a runner and you go out and run during nice weather but not in bad weather, go out and run in bad weather. If you're a cyclist that likes flats, do hills. If if you go to the gym and you have your 3 machines that you use free weights, join a cycle class, do something different to make it uncomfortable, and not just feeling weird like going to a Zumba class, but really challenges you lifting. If you haven't done a PR, your personal record max test yet, do it. Have somebody spot you, but do it so you can challenge yourself. And again, this is what I love about CrossFit. I've actually started going to a new facility called F45. It's for functional fitness for 45 minutes, and they have stations and you can push yourself. But you have to be able to put yourself in an environment that pushes you, because if you resist doing it, pushing yourself, that's the mental part that comes into play. And it's your mental thoughts that are keeping you from the challenges. It's the mental part that's keeping you. So if you say, no, I don't want to go out and run because it's cold, that is mental, right? It's not physical, because two days ago you ran when it was 75 degrees, and now that it's 30, you don't want to run. Well, that's the mental part. So that's how you develop your mental strength, is by going, oh, that's my monkey brain talking. Let me get out of here. You don't feel like going to the gym, so you get up and do it anyway because you don't feel like it's because your thoughts. So when we can start to really make our workouts uncomfortable, in whatever way that might be, it does tremendous attributes to our mental strength. So, second thing, participate in physical competitions. So, competitions are usually intimidating, right? Because there's the experts and the alsos, but especially if you have a formidable opponent or opponents, regardless of what that could be. Could be a Spartan race, it could be a triathlon, it could be any number of things, CrossFit Open. But as you participate in more competition, your self-esteem develops at the same time, even if you don't win. I remember when I first started with CrossFit and there was these competitions, and I was kind of a little bit nervous about them, but because of the community, the support, we went and did them. And oh my gosh, I think my team came in last or second to last every single time, but we had so much fun and we got so much confidence because each time we competed, there was a different movement we had to do. And so eventually we knew we could do any movement. So it just really helped tremendously with our self-esteem. Also, you can invite someone who is better at a challenge than you to a contest. If you play tennis, if you play golf, find somebody who can kick your butt and play with them. And that's going to help you develop that mental strength because you're going to ego-wise maybe try to keep up with them, or you're going to go, or you may say, oh, I'm going to invite so-and-so to play some tennis, and then go, no, they won't want to play with me because I'm not as good as them, etc. All of a sudden, these excuses, which is a lack of mental strength, come up. Most people would love to work with somebody else. So you have a tennis player, you're not that good. You say, hey, I'm not that good. I just want to improve my game a little bit. Would you play a game, a couple of matches with me and see where it goes? Great. You go there, you get your butt kicked. Wonderful. Now you can develop mental strength and come back again and come back again and come back again. So the competition exposes the weaknesses, if you will, in us, not just technically, but mentally and emotionally. And when they are exposed, we can work on them. And remember, there's this saying that how you do anything is a reflection of how you do everything. So if you find excuses not to do a physical competition, where else in life are you making excuses not to do something? So when we make our workouts harder, and then we can go through a competition, and then here's one part of training that can be really, really enjoyable, quote unquote. It's speed training. You may have other strong suits that don't include being fast on your feet. And you'd be surprised at how much speed training can help you mentally. I mean, there are drills where you put your feet, it's a hand-eye coordination, and it's just tremendous. I'm watching one of the Netflix series about F1 racing, Formula One racing, and they show some of the hand-eye coordination drills that the drivers do. Now, that's with their hands because they're the steering wheel and they're looking down the track, but the same thing can be done for the regular person with speed training. So practicing sprints and trying to shorten the reaction time can help you work more efficiently and effectively. Speed training also helps you to work quickly and accurately. So there's this speed training of a linear speed training, and then you can put a ladder down or a rope ladder down and do box ins and box out, meaning your feet go in and come out, feet come in and come out. So there's all sorts of ways to use speed training. And if you've never done it before, what will probably happen is you'll get frustrated, you'll start to have some self-talk, and then you're going to want to quit. Well, that's all part of the mental. So by doing the speed training or agility drills, agility feet drills, and maybe kind of flubbing them up, you stay with it. You dig down, you get your mental strength going, I'm going to do it again, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. So let's say you have a agility ladder of 12 boxes. You go, I'm going to do it till I get 6 of them in a row, and you tap in and tap out without hitting the boxes. And boom, you're done. But speed training is just one aspect. There are so many other ones that you can do. Rock climbing. Rock climbing is another one that can really push you. You go into a rock climbing gym, you get the harness on, you go through all the protocols, the safety challenges, and then you start to climb. And oh my gosh, it'll push you mentally so much. There is nothing better to develop your mental strength than through physical challenging activities, period. So take time today to acknowledge the connection really between your body and your mind. I mean, think about it. It really is. There is an absolute connection. They support each other on a day-to-day basis, not just doing physical challenges, but doing work. Everything you create in your life comes through your body. Everything. Whether you talk for a living, whether you write, whether you draw, whether you do data entry, it doesn't matter. Everything has to come through your body. That is it. And what controls the body is your mind. So be sure your mind functions optimally by keeping your body in tune. One helps the other. Your professional life and personal life will both benefit from it tremendously. If you'd like to get the show notes for this podcast, you can bump over to warriormindcoach.com. And while you're there, if you would like to discuss this further, scroll down and click on the introductory consultation, and we can have a conversation about this. And while you're on the internet, please follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest under Warrior Mind Coach.